Bakugan, Champions of Vestroia on the Nintendo Switch. This is a game that I purchased about a month ago, and I've been sitting on it for a while. This game was developed by Wayforward, you know, the Shantae folks. I think they did Double Dragon 4, Double Dragon Neon, Double Dragon 4, I don't remember. I think they did Double Dragon Neon specifically. They're mostly known for Shantae and a bunch of other games. Like, what was their big game recently? I know they did the Mummy Returns game. But I know they did a lot of other. Oh, that's right. They did the remake, the reboot of Advance Wars on the Nintendo Switch. That's their thing. Of course, they were mostly known for making Shantae, which I don't believe I think I did do a video of the Wii U game they did. It's been a while. It might be buried in the channel somewhere. I don't remember the game being that memorable. But you know, Shantae and Roddy Tops. What else do you need to remember about Shantae games? We made it through the unskippable storytelling sequence here. I think there's some voice acting here. I can't adjust the volume, so I might crank down the music if it gets to be too annoying. So we'll get to that a bit later. Take the metro to the park and brawl with 3 people there. We'll get to that. There's nothing here in the schoolyard. Guess I thought there'd be more music here. Oh well. Maybe Jake Kaufman added some music for this game. I know Jake does a lot of music for these, for Wayforward. Jake Kaufman did a bunch of music for Shantae games. If not all the music for Shantae games. Frame rate's not great, but look, don't even worry about it. In case you're wondering, this is apparently an action RPG. So when we get to the combat, we'll show you what's up with that. Apparently, I'm a passive participant. I'm kind of running around the arena while my Bakugan, the Pokemon basically that I summon, do all the fighting for me. But apparently I'm running around for some reason. I don't know why I'm running around. Maybe I'm trying to set up the position of each Bakugan fighter. I don't know. And just so you know, if I say the word Bakugan, just think Pokemon, and it will all make sense. So the X button is always for the map. Pick up 4 soccer balls scattered around the schoolyard. We'll look for those when we need to fill time at the end of the video. Investigate the lake at the park to find the object Larry dropped. Scattered sock. Okay. So we'll get to that later. What are those? There are 3 shops down here. Let's see what's up. I guess I should have mentioned this earlier. There we go. Shuri. The smartest woman on the planet, apparently. New pirates. I have no idea what a pirate's about. Okay. Again, the only thing I remember about Bakugan, the animated series, is that it was from, I believe, okay. It was based on a toy line that was conceived in North America, possibly in Canada. The toy company, just like Transformers, commissioned Tokyo Movie Shinsa to do the animated series. I'm about to cut off this music. Give me a second. A faux hawk. Afro. No complaints, I guess. Boy, that is a massive waste of time. Okay, so apparently the animated series was commissioned to Tokyo Movie Shinsa. Just like, I think it was a Canadian production. I think the way it works is that if you remember the old cartoon shows from the 1980s, Transformers, G.I. Joe, Gummy Bear, shows like that, they would hire Japanese animators to do the actual grunt work. And I think what happened here is that the Bakugan toys were being commissioned by a North American company. They hired Japanese animators. In this case, they hired TMS to do the actual animation. At the time the show came out, I want to say it was the early 2000s. So that's basically the Pokemon, Digimon, Naruto era. One Piece. So at the time, there were a lot of dueling shows on every channel everywhere in America. But the way it worked is that Bakugan was conceived by the North American company, I believe. And I think it was kind of like Spider Riders, where they basically hired the Japanese animators to like do the layouts and the storyboards. I don't know who did the actual scripts. I want to say the Japanese studio did all the storytelling bits based on recommendations from the toy company. So eventually when the show aired here, they localized it into English with English voice acting, but it was apparently always conceived as a Japanese show that was inspired by the American toy company that made it. So in that sense, it's not like Transformers. In fact, it's probably more like Scramble City or the Headmaster series, because basically the Japanese toy companies commissioned the Japanese toy companies commissioned Japanese studios to make those series. Are we doing that? No, we're not doing that. Weren't there any other shops here? Let me check on something. Load up. Okay, there's something on the other side of the street. From what I saw very little of Bakugan. I want to say it's actually streaming all the time on free streaming services like Tubi and Plex and all those other. I think Pluto TV is streaming it too. I want to say the YouTube channel also has Bakugan crap on it. So if you ever wanted to see Bakugan, you can watch it for free. I don't remember it being any good. But what I remember was that it looked better. At the time, it looked like a much better show than something like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Or a Pokemon. The animation was way, 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 way better. Composition, layouts, storyboards, way better than any of those shows. I mean, was it a good show? I would say no. But it was an example of what happened when you hired, like, good Japanese animators to kind of spice up an otherwise kind of unremarkable dueling series. That's what it was. It was a dueling show. And what am I thinking of when I think of that show? I'm thinking of, well, there are a bunch of other shows I'll talk about in a second. Kind of unremarkable. Oh well, so nothing really worth shopping out here. Big fat waste of time. Valley Grove, adjacent to Angel Grove, I guess, where all the Power Rangers hang out. I remember when Bakugan came out. I didn't have cable at the time, so I was like watching bits and pieces of shows like Bakugan. What was the top spinning show? Beyblades. Yeah, Beyblades. I want to say Beyblades was another show that aired around the same time. But again, like this was in the shadow of Pokemon, like completely blowing up anime in America for all time. Like again, there's BC there. It's like BC and AD on the calendar. It's BP AP on the American calendar when it comes to anime. So after Pokemon, everyone who had any money for anything that was making a show for kids said, you know what? Let's just buy a Japanese show and localize it, just like Pokemon did. Just like 4Kids did to Pokemon. Because that's really popular. The kids love anime, don't they? Kids love Japanese stuff. Let's give them more Japanese stuff. Let's give them a bunch of stuff that looks like Pokemon. Oh, there's an entire country that makes a bunch of shows that look like Pokemon? Let's hire them. Where's the Metro? Is it not here? No, again, I don't blame them for coming to that. Okay, we have to go up. I don't blame them for coming to that decision, obviously. But it's one of those things where it's like, okay, what's the quality control? Nah, let's just localize everything. You know, let's do Tokyo Mew Mew as Mew Mew Power. Let's do Shaman King fighting Foodons. I'll bring out the list later. We're supposed to be going to Central Park, I guess. So basically, in the early aughts, it was North America kind of coming to grips with what Japan was actually producing and figuring out what they can get clearance for. Beyblades is actually, Bakugan is somewhat different. Because, like I said, it was specifically made for selling toys, which Japan has plenty of. They produce dozens of shows every year for toys. They're a capitalist system. Of course, they're gonna go where the money is, and the money is there's still a lot of money to be made in toys. Why do you think Pokemon keeps going on? It's not exactly, come on. Why do you think Pokemon lasts as long as it did? Win 3 batches, huh? Okay, where are we going? Probably doesn't really matter where I go. So we can go north. Then we'll do 3 fights. So we're gonna go north. Wait, we're going the right way? Go over here. What? Oh. Hooray, I got scrap. That's amazing. Over there. You know, we have a gazebo in the area. Actually, we have a couple of them. I never use them. I mean, they're open air. I guess, yeah. I guess on a summer day, there's some shade. Unlike Pokemon, you can act. Unlike Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, you can talk to your Bakugan. So in that sense, it's kind of like Digimon. Which brings up the whole other conversation about what were the rules for, you know, the battling. Because, I mean, if you can talk to the toys, okay, then it's like Digimon. At that point, the Bakugan toys that you collect are like pets. What's that up there? Search the park for more pieces. Okay, fine. So in the case of a show like Pokemon, the Pokemon were pets. They didn't say much. They were basically the only words they said were they were like animal. They were animal-like utterances. They were like, you know, mewing and what were they doing? They were mewing and barking basically and purring. I mean, of course there were some Pokemon like Meowth who actually could have intelligent conversations in English or in that case Japanese. But you know what I mean? Like Mewtwo, I think was supposed to be like, you know, he can actually have actual adult conversations. Existential conversations at that. But in this case, the main thrust of the Pokemon series was not about, at the time it originally came out, it was not about, you know, having very in-depth conversations with your pets. But Digimon was. And this show kind of had a bit of that vibe too, as I recall. You think Bakugan could cause earthquakes? I mean, they're so huge, as I recall. They have to at least be making as much noise as a garbage truck. And garbage trucks cause minor tremors, you know what I mean? Like if you're near like a cement truck or a construction vehicle or a dump truck or a garbage truck, it's gonna cause a little shaking, you know what I mean? A decent sized bus, I believe, does the same thing. So what now? The next one is over there. Southeast. Audio package doesn't seem particularly impressive. I mean, I tend to believe that if a show like Bakugan were made... That's the weird thing about Bakugan. If Bakugan were made in the 80s, it would look like, you know, a retro 1980s anime series, I tend to believe. Like, it wouldn't look like Gummy Bears, obviously. I tend to believe it would look like Transformers. Maybe they probably wouldn't hire Tokyo Movie Shinsa to work on it, but I wouldn't be shocked if they hired, like, you know... who was it? Who worked on Pole Position? Like, those were Japanese studio. I think it was Jade Productions. Like, they might hire, like, you know, Toei Doga, you know, because they did all the Sunbow shows. That wouldn't be out of the... Well, all the Sunbow shows except for Visionaries. So that wouldn't be out of the question either. Okay, we're going in here. But if it were made in the 90s, it would look like something out of Korea. Like, it would look like, you know, maybe like an X-Men show. It would look like X-Men or Skeleton Warriors, most likely. Because a lot of shows have that ACOM look, if you know what I mean. Gimme. So I'm not supposed to be able... This isn't like a jigsaw puzzle that I can actually read, huh? Okay, so I don't know what's going on here. Can I go in here? Of course. More gated content. So what was that era? Like obviously all the 4Kids shows came out of that era. Outside of 4Kids, there were your, Hamtaros and your Tokyo Mew Mew Powers, and, all the 4Kids shows, like I said. Digimon was obviously huge. There were rumors that... Whoop, we got a brawl here. There were rumors that Fox Kids was trying to get the rights to Slayers. I know the guy who was working, who was one of the executives at the time. I can ask him, but apparently it wasn't out of the question. When Harry Potter was huge in the early 2000s, so it was not out of the question for them to get their hands on Slayers. Because that's why they picked up Dungeons and Dragons. We'll talk about that in a second. Okay, so they're gonna keep fighting. I'm gonna run around the perimeter. Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good. Not enough energy. So I can use the, do I press L? Darn it. I press the L button to select somebody else. So I can't pause the game. My abilities are on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, and they're on a cooldown. Not enough energy. Oh, I have to pick up these things on the floor. I gotta pick up these blue things on the floor so I can recharge my Bakugan. You have to press the A button to pick them up. Okay, so I gotta pick up those blue panels on the blue hex panels on the bottom on the floor right there, so I can throw them towards my Bakugan and charge up their skills. And eventually, that cooldown meter will be. There's a ring around each icon, the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, so that charges them up. So I think the idea is to actually speed up. I guess these Bakugan are auto battling, so I have to be quick with it. Grab all these as quickly as I can, and just press the A button to throw them towards my Bakugan. Is there a lot of strategy here? Well, eventually you gotta charge up your skills. Okay, press the Y button, because that skill on the left, on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, that skill that's on the western part of the compass there, see? That skill was charged. Okay, so we're not going around the entire ring. We're just going around this tiny section of the foreground here. Surge of light. Okay, who's ready? Liquid Arts. So am I just throwing these things and charging up a random skill on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen? That was not good. Yep. Darn it. Grabbed it before. I couldn't even see it. He grabbed it before me is the problem. And maybe Brother Man shouldn't stand still when I'm throwing something. Maybe he should pick up another node. Just, ugh, that's not good. Press the L button. Press the L button to switch to the other Bakugan. I don't know, so I'm going to switch to this dude who has 213 points of health. Blinding ink. Okay, so that's the problem. I switched to a different Bakugan, so I have to recharge his skills. Not enough energy to do anything, obviously. Okay, so I don't have to press any buttons. I just have to run up to it and touch it. I couldn't see it. Darn, that was a waste of time. Aqua Slam. Yeah, these guys are basically just auto battling. I'm just speeding up the cooldowns. Yeah, see, I got that one. I think those icons at the bottom of the screen on the left and right hand side show if there are any panels near me. That one right there. Apparently I can't be damaged. That was a heal. That was a healing ability. Let's see. X. That should be a healing ability. Yep, healing ability. Okay, B button. I'm going to try and use the B button so I can use that skill on the bottom of the screen. I think it's weird that I can't pause. Ah, see, I ran right over that. There's another one over there. That's the problem. Sometimes you might run over the skills. That's a problem. Give me that. So I guess all the skills are being charged. Out my way. So I'm almost caught up to him in terms of health, but I was ahead of him for a while there. Yeah, it hurts. X. Hit the X button for the Baku bite. That's a big hit. Okay, swapping. So that dude who just left is on a cooldown. He can't come back in until later. Maybe I don't need to charge it up completely. Yeah, I don't need to charge it up completely. Yeah, press the Y button. I thought I could grab that. Where? X button is not enough energy. Yeah. X. This can't be good. I'm gonna have to heal him. I'm gonna have to heal him. Yeah, I was not able to grab those. I ran right over it. I don't know what's going on there. X. Well, that's not good. I'm about to use X for the healing ability. Yeah, okay. I'm dead. That's bad. That's bad. Alright. So I'm not going to be able to survive both of those guys, I don't think. Square. Hit the X button. Will that help? Now it's going to swap to the weaker guy, which I think is kind of weak. Wow, dead. Not good. That was not good. Not great. I guess it can evolve at some point. You know what? Screw you, kid. So yeah, I think the problem is I was never really able to explain this. Basically, the way it works is that you run around that battlefield picking up things which charge up your Bakugan. But as you saw, though, I was running over them because the game is not very generous in terms of grabbing them automatically. Like, you gotta touch them and not miss. And you can miss them. You can literally run right past them. It happened a couple of times, unfortunately. Going down, Autumn. Autumn's gone. It's time for Autumn to fall. Wow, nowhere near Here it is. Here we go. So we have healing on the top. Healing is mapped to X. There's a Baku Bite mapped to B. And I don't know what the other two skills are. So we're going to see what we need first. Can I do the Y button? Yeah, the Y button's ready to go. So I was ready to use that one. I don't know what the stealth does. Yeah, what does the stealth even do? Yeah, dude, I don't know what the stealth even did. Let's see if I can steal some of these from her. And she ran right past that one. I don't know what's going on with that. Cycling I-Core. I got it. Suck it, Autumn. X. Right, B. That's a big hitter. Shield, huh? You gotta bust through the shield, I suppose. So can I hit the A button? Don't know what that does. You suck, Autumn. Yeah, don't just sit there while I'm grabbing something. Run to the other one, bro. See, I ran right past that. See, I'm running right past that. Yeah, she beat me through it. Fine. We got that one. I'll take this. A button. Shatter Fist! Isn't that the NES game from back in the day? Down he goes. Wow, you suck, Autumn. that was not such a great brawl. You just took a big ol' L. Slam! Da 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 da. Let's go, big boy. Slam! Da da da. Now what? Do I get to beat you up too, girlfriend? Yeah, I like to use maps too, girlfriend. We're going north. Hope the game's auto-saving. Yeah, I hope the game's auto-saving and stuff. So what's my, let me look at my Baku ability. I actually might want to pay attention to what I'm doing. That sounds like a not terrible idea. Elnar Glossary. Yeah, etc. It's a critical hit. Gives your Bakugan a chance to do it. Decreases the cooldown times while ability. Sounds cool. Piercing damage is not stopped by shield. Okay, so whatever. Damage over time. Health over time. Okay, whatever. So these are the skills. B power, 5%. I have no idea what that means. What does Chaos Domination even mean? Stuns enemies. Don't know what that means. Surge of Light sounds amazing. Whiteout does 105 damage. Sounds cool. So what's that selectability? I can't switch. Right? Does this just mean I remap it? I guess I'm just remapping them. To what end, I don't know, but I guess I'm just remapping them. What was the point of remapping those? It makes you more comfortable. That heals you. Damage. B power gets reduced by 10%. So that means it slows down the charge time, I guess. Yeah, what's B power? Bakugan. So I guess that slows it. I guess that slows down enemies recharging. I mean, I kind of wish that would be better explained. So I only have these two. Okay, so what's that Baku log? Not terribly helpful either. Only have two guys to use anyway. So those are the abilities. I mean, again, nothing special yet. We're not doing anything fancy. Don't want to make the game too complicated for the kids who are ultimately going to play this game. More gated content. So we're going to go northeast. Right over here. So let's beat her up. Now I just gave that chick over there a massive L. You next, Brooke? Now they tell me how to play the game. Oh yeah, now they tell me. Should they have explained that earlier? That would have been nice to know. Yeah, again, shouldn't this have been explained earlier? Drumway! Ah, okay. So that still slows down my recharging ability by 10% for about 20 seconds, I think. Don't know what Cycling Ichor does. Yeah, nothing over here. That was a big fat waste of time. Got a couple over here, then we gotta run to the right. Give me that. See, again, she just stands like an idiot while I pick up the disc. She should be running over to the next one. Like I'm doing. Yeah, I'm not sitting around waiting for you to pick something up. I'm moving. What are you doing? It's like she's stun locked by my ability to pick up discs or something. Oh no, she's picking up the disc I was gonna grab. You know, gonna press the Y button for the whiteout. Take it. X. Not enough energy for any of this. The drum wave is mapped to X. That's a healing ability, or at least some kind of buff, I think. I'll take that. Sorry, girl, you get nothing. Let's see. A button. Surge of light. That'll kill him. No, not strong enough. Not some elemental resistance, I don't know. Hit the B button for the reflection rays. Don't know what that did. I think it's a debuff. I think it's a stun. It's a stun. It's a stun. Yeah, it's a stun ability. Got that. I think I stunned it for 13 seconds. Darn it. Thinking I walked right past that. Weird. I can also use the D-pad. I'm just gonna make a difference. So I walked right past a couple of those, but I can play with the D-pad. I don't think it's going to make a difference. Give me that drum wave. Might need to heal myself here. Can I swap Bakugan? Yeah, I can swap him out. Yeah, I'm swapping him out with the else button. Because my white dude's about to go down. These are going to recharge all my skills. That's going to reduce my recharging ability with that stealth. Pretty sure I didn't activate any of that. She'd activate like multiples at a time. Out the way. Mine. I'll take that. X. That's a this will kill him. Dr. Bite will kill him. And Brooke is all wet. I'll take that W, thank you very much. That wasn't so much fun. I'm not really wild about this game so far. I admit I'm not really impressed. I played this game for about 15 minutes before starting this video. I admit I'm not impressed. It's like they were afraid to set up an auto-battling system, so they tried to jazz it up by adding that gimmick where you have to run around so you can speed up the recharge on those skills. I'm like, I know why they're doing it, because the auto-battling combat is not that great. They're trying to do like an MMO thing with more active user input. I don't blame them, but there needs to be way more strategy to this, I'm afraid. This feels like I'm running around hoping that I can grab a blue panel before the enemy gets to it. Because remember, these panels keep popping up randomly, so is there a strategy to it? No idea. Like, if you could, like, change the loadout of your characters, like, imagine imagine having, like, an ability that makes you run faster for, like, 2 or 3 seconds, or, like some kind of dashing ability, or, like, what if you could, like, attack your enemies in some way, you know, to kind of trip them up, lay some traps, like, you know, like, spy versus spy or trap gunner, you know what I mean? Like, mix it up. Don't just have these guys running around like idiots. Like, add some strategy to this. This doesn't seem to have any strategy to it. There's very little, like, depth to this, other than choosing the right skill. And of, like I said, just looking and hoping you're close enough to a panel when it lights up so that you can grab it. It feels super basic. Like Nicki Minaj. As you weren't expecting a Nicki Minaj reference in a Bakugan video, but here we are. Okay, that took off half my health. That was not cool. You do have a healing ability if needed. Yeah, I missed that one, so I'll grab this one instead. See, I ran right over it. I don't know if they spent much time testing the controls to kind of make them tighter. This is like it feels like I'm accidentally slipping past the things I'm supposed to pick up. It's weird. Okay, now they want me to. Now he switched. He knows what's up. That might hurt. Careful. How is that already charged up, by the way? So I'm gonna press the L button to switch to my other dude. I got one too. One over here. So yeah, this doesn't seem particularly great, I'm afraid. Baby's first MMO, I guess. It's like World of Warcraft. It's like a free version of, well, it's not free. It's a subscription-free version of World of Warcraft, I guess. I never did get a chance to play Guild Wars. I did. I bought that game from Target, and I never did start playing it because at the time my internet connection was basically dial-up. So what was the point of playing Guild Wars over a dial-up internet connection? Especially with how long it took for me to download patches. Yeah, Guild Wars. I mean, should I even? I mean, I paid like not $8 or $9 for that game on PC. I owned the disc. I probably spent like 20 minutes playing it. Because again, it was on a dial-up connection. I didn't bother with it. Of course, it's probably more. I mean, it probably gives you better. It probably runs a lot better than Genshin Impact does. That game is like massive, like 4 or 5 gigabyte patches. Heck, what was it? Warframe just had a 17 gigabyte patch. I mean, Warframe is going to be the next Call of Duty Warzone. The game's gonna be like 150 gigabytes. Like, what are they doing? Like, what are they? They're probably uploading a bunch of. They're probably like adding in a bunch of content you don't even want to use. Like, imagine if you could have a choice between like, hey, maybe I don't want to download this 5 gigabyte patch that includes a bunch of content I'm never gonna use. I'm not talking about like Polish voice acting. I'm talking about like. Maybe I don't want to hit the Y button. Maybe I don't want to play on that particular board. You know what I mean? Like imagine if Street Fighter 2 made you download a bunch of stages you were never gonna play in. Like crap like that. It's like I'm winning. Yeah, see, I walked right past that. So that's gonna be a problem. I'm constantly slipping past the stuff I'm trying to collect, so I was afraid of that. So yeah, this game is cooldown based, but unlike say Xenoblade, there doesn't seem to be any depth to this. But the skills you're using don't seem to like I said, there's no like team based like skills where you don't have one character do a skill that softens up an enemy for a subsequent attack from a different character. Like in Xenoblade, you can do an attack that knocks an enemy down, then you do another attack that stuns them while they're on the ground, and then you do another attack that does a massive critical damage on an enemy that's already been stunned and toppled, like that kind of thing. Like there was an optimal way to survive most combat, but it was also about figuring out the enemy you needed to focus your attacks on. So there were some tactical considerations to be made in a game like that. Here it just feels like you're just running around collecting these discs until your skills are charged up, and then you wait for them to cool down. Like I said, there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of strategy to this. Like, what skill should I use? Well, the one that hits the hardest, obviously. But if I'm low on health, I'll use a healing skill. And if I can switch characters, I will. Doesn't seem to be any. There's no auto attacking apparently. You have to. These characters only attack when you give them a skill, so you have to charge them up, which is why I'm throwing these discs at them. Now I'm gonna press the L button to swap them out. I need a heal. How quickly can I heal? Press the X button. I don't have enough energy yet. So I have to heal myself with another blue disc. Give me a second. Okay, that's a healing. That's good. Alright. Full health. That worked out. So again, that's the problem is I can't, like, do any damage. I can't really defend myself either. Like I said, there's no real strategy here. Just keep doing this till the skills are charged up. Like I should have done. I pressed the Y button. I guess I shouldn't have done that. I guess I had enough energy to do that. Yeah, some of the skills require more energy than others. That's the part I don't remember. So I guess I'm going to do the Shatter Fist in a second. Not enough energy for the Shatter Fist. Not enough energy for the Baku Bite either, I bet. Ow. Just healed myself. Guess I blocked him. That's a little bit of a strategy, I guess. You can kind of block your opponent from grabbing the next one if you stand in front of them. Because we all move at the same speed. And, of course, the AI is stun-locked every time I pick up a disc, so I guess that's a bit of strategy. Down goes Gojira. No, wait, he's got another one. What's the other one? Yeah, that guy. I have to take him out. He's almost completely healed. That's going to be a problem. That's not good. Let me at least heal myself, I guess. Gotta see if I can survive long enough to heal myself. Not enough energy. Not enough energy. Darn it. I better not die here. Yep, that's it. Died. So I couldn't heal myself again. That sucks. Probably going to take an L on this one. Oh, well. Yeah, I guess I'm not really feeling this game anyway. How long has this fight been going on, by the way? Again, I ran right past it. Lord, it's driving me nuts. I hit the B button there. Give me that. Surge of light. That's on the A button. Okay, not nearly enough damage. Deep thoughts, I guess. No idea what that does. Maybe it just speeds him up. Drum wave. It's supposed to be a healing ability. I don't remember what it does. Okay, it's gonna kill me. Oh well. Is there a way for me to level up or something? Whatever. Does it mean loitering around the park? Okay, I'm bored. So we'll kill some time by going back to the soccer field and picking up some balls. We'll grab some balls to the soccer field. I don't know, man. This thing feels kind of lame. So $10 well spent, I suppose. Poor kids looking. It's like, oh, this game. Imagine being the poor guy at GameStop who's like, hey, my kid likes Pokemon. Well, we got this, I want something inexpensive. Well, this game's like a action RPG, you know. You know, it's like Pokemon, except the combat's more active, I guess. Can't really recommend this game. Like, if your kid likes Bakugan, you know, I guess this game might be interesting for like a 5-year-old. Nah. But then having the cooldown-based system might seem a bit too complicated. I don't know. Yeah. So this is my rental. Does the game get better? Nah. I might as well just play Xenoblade. Although, this game only costs like $10. Xenoblade costs like $50. Every place you go to find it. Sometimes the more expensive game is actually better. Hey, where am I going? We gotta go to the soccer field, which is the soccer field's up here. So the frame rate doesn't have to be great, but it is kind of annoying that you're trying to like grab something off the ground and it just doesn't work. Like, that's really frustrating. I ran past my target several times, even though I was standing right there next to it. So, again, if you're a developer, you're supposed to be somewhat more forgiving about that kind of stuff, but like make it like a circle that you can run through and just grab things right automatically, but it's weird. Like, it's something basic they should have fixed, and they just didn't fix it. But the money they got for this game probably kept a bunch of guys employed so that they can make the next Shantae. I mean, look, they ended up making the Advance Wars reboot. That's a good gig. Oh, yeah, there's some soccer balls around here. I mean, getting to make the Advance Wars reboot, that's a fantastic gig. I don't know if they really added anything to it as far as, like, mechanics. I think they just converted it to Unreal Engine or something. Was it Unity or Unreal Engine? But I mean, I mean, come on, it's a turn-based strategy game. Unity is fine for something like that. And as a result, the game will probably be released multiple times in the future. Because you converted it to a more common engine, as opposed to whatever kind of generic engine the Game Boy Advance version had. I don't think they really improved the art, frankly, but the decision to just convert everything to Unity probably helped. I think that Advance Wars is an evergreen. I think it's a really accessible turn-based strategy game. It's a great introduction to the genre for people anyone who has any interest in that genre. I think are really gonna like it. Did I get all the balls? I thought I got all the balls. Did I miss one of the balls? I mean, are the balls in the soccer field, or are they around the area, like around here? Well, they said they're in the schoolyard, so they could be anywhere. I don't even know how many I found yet. The game doesn't tell me how many I found already. Yeah, they're around the schoolyards. They could be anywhere. Yeah, I might have already found a couple at this point. Yeah, great. So, what's my review of this game? Nasty Minus. I can't give it an F because it's not broken. It's just boring. And that's different. It's not the same as being bad. So I guess it's better than World End Club. But not a whole lot better, I would argue. So Wayforward did what they were asked, and basically nothing much beyond that. It's a shame, really. Well, there's one. How many did I find? Return to Dylan. Okay, so I found them all. Gotta catch them all. Bakugan. I'm not particularly interested in watching more of the Bakugan show, although it's done by TMS. TMS does a lot of shows that are trash. But this one actually looks better. Like, if you were forced by your kids to watch a dueling anime, Bakugan's not terrible looking. But there's really not much to it. So I got shorts. Hooray. So that's all I got is shorts? Are you kidding me? So what did I actually get? This is trash. What's the point? Never mind. Okay, so there's an energy cost linked to every item, but is there any way to know what the energy cost is? Because I thought I was waiting for the little blue ring around each hexagon to charge up. I'm waiting for that blue ring to fill up. Energy cost 236, 64, 243, 217. So again, what's the difference? Like how much energy do I get when I toss a ring at this dude? That's the part I haven't figured out. Oh well. Again, not particularly well explained. Well, the game's not good anyway. Hope the game autosaved. When you want to brawl online, can't imagine why. So yeah, Wayforward. So I'm fairly certain that well, maybe Vert managed to do the music on this. Jake Kaufman, I don't know. Not really impressed. Yeah, I want to say there was a... What was that? Yeah, there was a NPR podcast called How I Built This that I think was about the Bakugan creation. I guess you call it the Bakugan creation. Come on, hurry up, get to the music. But yeah, the game's not great. So let's throw this one in the trash pile. I'm going to sell it and use it to buy something. I guess I'll sell this game and use it for a credit to buy a Genesis game at this point. My collection is probably big enough. It's as big as it's gonna get until the price of Genesis games plummets. Voodoo Highway Music. Nope, definitely not Vert. Stayed far away from this one. It's like, oh, we don't need you for this one, Jake. So yeah, nah, not great. So I recorded this footage with my this audio with my Skull Candy earbuds with the volume slider, plugged into the audio splitter into my J5 Create USB-C capture device, into my quad-core laptop, the Windows 10 camera app capturing the footage at 60 frames a second for some reason. Hey, WBGames, maybe instead of releasing this, maybe you should release, oh, I don't know, the Arkham games. Arkham City would be nice. I'm sure it runs on a Switch. The darn thing runs on a laptop. I'm sure it runs on a Switch. It runs on a $300 laptop from 2017. I'm pretty sure it runs on a Switch. Doom runs on a Switch. Shadow Mordor would be nice. It doesn't have to look great. Just have it run at like 540 frames. Have it run at 30 frames a second, 540p with dynamic resolution scaling. It'll be perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. No worries. Get on the ball. Just saying. I'm not saying you should. I'm not saying put out Cyberpunk on this thing. Just put Arkham City. That's all I want. Just put Arkham City and Shadow Mordor on this thing. Idiots.